The crimson moon climbed the obsidian sky over the city of Oakhaven, a monthly herald not of beauty, but of slaughter. For a year, the lunar cycle had marked the countdown to thousands of deaths. The streets were silent tombs, barred and bolted, reeking of an ancient, paralyzing terror. The howls began at midnight. They were not the sounds of an animal, but the grinding tectonic roar of the Werewolf Demon, a monstrosity of matted black fur, hellfire eyes, and a hunger that could empty districts in a single night. It tore through the city's iron gates as if they were wicker, its shadow swallowing entire city blocks. But this night, the shadow was met with blinding radiance. Tazara descended not with the thunder of war, but with the stillness of a blooming flower. The immortal goddess of love and life hovered above the panicked city, her presence a warm hearth against the crushing cold of the demon's aura. She wore no armor, only robes woven from the colors of dawn and arterial blood. Her power was not destruction, but creation. Yet, when faced with a cancer that threatened her beloved mortals, creation itself could become a terrible weapon. The demon paused, confused by a scent it didn't recognize. Hope. It snarled, a sound that shattered windows, and lunged at the shimmering deity. Tazara did not dodge. She met the charging nightmare head-on. She extended her hands, not in a fist, but open, palms facing the beast. "You are a hollow thing." Tazara's voice resonated, felt in the chest rather than heard by the ear. "A corruption of the life I gifted this world. And you shall starve." The demon's massive claws, capable of shearing stone, struck her divine form and dissolved into ash upon impact. Tazara unleashed her domain. She didn't fire bolts of energy. Instead, she flooded the immediate area with raw, unfiltered vitality. It was too much life for a creature fueled by death to endure. The air around the demon grew thick with golden light, hotter than a furnace. Where the demon's presence brought decay, Tazara brought accelerated, aggressive growth. Thorny vines of searing light erupted from the cobblestones, binding the demon's limbs faster than it could shred them. The creature shrieked as the divine energy invaded its corrupted form. Tazara was literally loving the evil out of it, overwhelming its necrotic core with the searing purity of existence. The demon's form began to crack, leaking blinding light instead of blood. With a final gesture, Tazara closed her hands into fists. The golden light compressed around the demon. There was no explosion, only a sudden, deafening silence as the werewolf demon was instantaneously unmade, reduced to harmless motes of shimmering dust that drifted down onto the city below. The crimson moon looked suddenly pale and innocent. Below, doors creaked open. The citizens of Oakhaven stepped out into air that no longer smelled of fear, but of jasmine and ozone. Where the demon's dust had settled, fresh green saplings were already sprouting from the stone. The cycle of slaughter was broken. The goddess had preserved her garden.